Hi guys, and welcome back. It's your girl Stu for you, and we have another video today. I have some notes over here, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at my notes because I'm a little old, so I can't remember everything. But today's video is going to be about 5 things I'm going to do to reinvent myself. I think that I'm on a new journey in life, and like I want to do things differently. Like, I get tired of making mistakes. I get tired of starting over. And I need to reinvent myself. I need to do some things to better myself. And actually, this is something that you can always do. You can always do different things to just try to better yourself. I just feel like I kind of been in a slump and I need to bring myself out of it. And, certain situations been going on in my life that I'm tired of. And I feel like it's always on repeat. And I'm tired of the repeat. So I want to do some things to better myself. Basically, to reinvent myself and do some things differently. And I want to first talk about some things that I do actually like about myself that I don't want to change. And some of those things are, I enjoy being happy. I like to be in a good mood. I don't like a whole lot of negativity. I like to just be happy, And even when I'm not really happy, I like to still put on a smile and still joke around and play around and continue to try and be happy. That's something that I enjoy about myself. I like that I do that because I feel that if I don't do that, I can fall into a depression, and I'm not, I don't want to do that. Nobody want to be depressed. So that is something that I like about myself. Something else that I like about myself is that I like helping other people. I like talking to other people and counseling people, trying to, speak good into them to make them feel better about themselves, giving them advice on some things that they can possibly change within themselves. And, I like being a good friend. I like, even if we're not friends, I tend to try to speak good into people because believe it or not, that's what a lot of people need. They need to hear positive things. And that's something that I look forward to, with getting feedback from people that I talk to. I like to hear positivity because if you're being positive, then it makes me feel good. And I love to feel good. I don't know about anybody else, but I love to feel good. It makes me have hope. I have faith that things is going to work themselves out when people tell me positive things. So, like I said, I love to speak good into people and give them a positive result so that, they can have a little hope and they can have some faith that things are going to work themselves out. So, yeah, guys, that is something that I like about myself. Another thing that I like about myself is that I love to love. Listen, regardless of the fact that I don't want to be married right now, I don't want to be in a relationship right now, I still love to love. I still love feeling like I'm loved. I still love giving love. I still love love. I still love to see other people in love, So that's something that I enjoy about myself, that I like about myself, is that love is something that I want in my life, I need in my life, and that I like to give to others. So I do like love. So, like I said, those are just a few things that I do like about myself. And so now I'm going to talk about 5 things that I'm going to try to do to reinvent myself with and try to better myself with. And the first thing is going to be is building a relationship with God. I've never been the type to where I went to church all the time, or I wasn't brought up in church. But I still believe in God. I have always still believed in God, and I have had my own personal relationship with God. I do tend to pray. I don't pray as much as I should, but I'm going to get better at that. I don't talk to God as much as I should, but I'm going to get better with that as well. Because, I don't always want to be going to God when something goes wrong. You're supposed to speak to God on a regular basis. Even when things are good, everything is fine, you are supposed to still have those relationships with God. And I don't tend to speak to Him when things are good. It's always when things done hit the fan. Then that's when I'm like, hey God, look, I don't know what happened, but can you help me out with this? And so I don't want to do that. I want to, have a relationship with Him and talk to Him on a regular basis and read my Bible more. And so that's something that I'm going to try to become consistent with, is reading my Bible and talking to God and looking for His guidance and things, because I don't have all the answers. I do not. My mother do not have all the answers. I don't care how much I call her and be talking her ear off about what's going on in my life. She don't have all the answers, So I want to build a better relationship with God and let Him guide me with the decisions that I make in life, because Lord knows, even at the age of 46, I still be making a lot of bad decisions. So I just want to, get better with that. The second thing is furthering my career. Like, you guys, I want to be successful in everything that I try to do. I don't want to be at a standstill, because now that I'm 46, one thing that I do look at now is, what's going to go on when I'm retired? How am I going to be living once I'm retired? So those are a lot of things that I think about right now. I want to get as far as I can in my career, because I want to be comfortable when it's time to retire. Listen, if I choose to work when I retire, then that's what I want to just be able to choose to do, not something that I have to do. So I have to set myself up, and I should have started long ago, but when you're young, you don't tend to think about those things. That don't cross your mind. You always feel like you got time, and time has caught up with me, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to be doing when I'm this age? Am I going to be okay? How is things going to be? But at the end of the day, regardless of what I'm doing and where I'm at with my career, I want to be successful. There's a lot of other things that I want to do outside of my actual career. And there's other things that makes me happy. Like, the field that I'm in doesn't necessarily makes me happy, but it's a job, and it pays the bills, and it's probably going to continue to pay the bills. But there's other things, as just like YouTube, that I do that actually is therapeutical for me, and it makes me happy. So I want to be successful in that, and I have other things, ideals that I've been thinking about. So there's a lot of things that I want to do, to become successful at, and things that I just want to do as hobbies, things that makes me happy. And because, at the end of the day, that's what you want to be. You want to be happy with doing what you're doing. So those are some things that I want to do. Also, number 3. Yeah. At the age of 46, why do I need to reinvent how I carry myself? But there is work to be done. At the age of 46, I need to work on how I carry myself. The image that I portray out here, the way that I talk. With my line of work, I have gotten to the point to where I don't always like to expand my vocabulary. I tend to use real short words. And to be exact, I curse like a sailor now. That is something that I don't know. Well, I know why it started, because sometimes that's all people understand. So I have to give it to them the way they understand it. But I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be cussing like a sailor. I'm a lady. You know, I'm a lady. I have to carry myself like a lady. I can't be out here, you know, doing that, because even when I leave, the people that I've been talking to like that, it carries on. It slips out here and there, that, and I don't want that. So I'm trying to be better at the way that I speak. I don't want to be out here sounding like a whole guy, or and I don't want to do that. I have to be better with the way that I speak, and I don't want to be cursing and this and that. I can't. So that's one thing that I'm going to work on, is expanding my vocabulary, not out here sounding like a whole guy when I'm carrying on a conversation. Regardless of how I feel about the conversation and how it's going, I don't want to be out here, using bad language. So that's something that I'm going to be working on, as well as, my image. I'm 46 now, and even though I'm 46, I still have a young spirit. And even though I have that young spirit, I have to stay away from these trends. Some of the trends these days be really cute to me, but I have to remember, I'm 46 years old. You can't be out here like with these young girls, with these new trends, whether they cute or not. Leave that for your daughter, baby. You 46. You got to, keep it mature, keep it classy. Stop, with the trends. I cannot, regardless of how cute they may be and all that. I'm gonna just have to leave that for my daughter. Let her figure that out, and dress my age. There's still a lot of cute trends for people my age or whatever. I don't want to carry myself as though I'm an old maid, because like I said, that's not in me. I am, I'm 46 years old, but my spirit might say 36. I'm not gonna go to 26 because my spirit don't say 26, but in spirit I might be like 36. But I'm just saying, I have to stop with the trends. Like, I can't be out here dressing like I'm in my 20s, and and that's not cute at all, and that's not the image that I'm trying to put out here, that I'm trying to portray. That's not me. So another thing is, I'm gonna have to get serious about my workout journey, because I know that I'm not in shape, and I find that out all the time when I try to get up here. Even when I dance, y'all, I'd be like, "Ooh, I'm tired." Like, I don't even undone nothing. I might be doing a 1-2 step and I get tired. I'm not in shape, and I have been trying to learn from others. I watch my mom. I got an older sister, and I watch her, and I'm like, they've always be complaining about this and complaining about that, and I'm complaining about this and complaining about that, and I'm like, oh, well, when I get their age, I ain't trying to be, having these type of problems or whatever. So I want to get better with working out. I'm gonna have to, regardless, and it's a shame, because I actually went to school for it, and I don't use none of that. And so I'm going to try to start incorporating some of my workouts in my vlogs, and become consistent with it, because I don't want to be at a ripe old age and have all these health problems and not able to move and all, what comes along with getting older. I want to stay in shape for as long as I possibly can. And something else that I want to start doing with bettering myself is hanging out with my kids more. Now that my kids have become young adults, we don't spend a lot of time together. There's weeks that I don't see them. Maybe even months that I don't see my kids. And when you have young adults, they tend to think that they grown, they don't need to do the things that they used to do when they was little, and they don't want to do all that. But I'm going to have to, find time, you know, at least once a month to where, we can all get together and do something, because I honestly cannot recall the last time all of my kids was under one roof. And, I have four. I have three boys and a girl. And I can't recall the last time we was all together and we just actually had, had good family time. So that's something that I want to start doing, is spending time with my kids. And even if I have to do it one-on-one, because, they all are grown now. They all have their own lives. So it's going to be hard to get them in one place at one time. So even if I have to start small and it's just, spending time with them one-on-one, then I definitely want to start doing that. Because, y'all, life is short. Life is short. You look up and life been pass you by. And, I always want my kids to know that I'm here for them. I try to do what I can for them. And I want them to have real family values. I want them to be close with each other, because I'm not going to always be around. And I need for them to know that they still have each other. And my kids are not as close as I would like them to be. So I feel like, I need to, step in and bring my kids back together, because there was once a time where, they was around each other all the time. And it's like, they don't really do that now. They don't really, now that they've gotten grown, they don't reach out to each other. I might have one that reaches out to another, but don't reach out to the other three, So I want to try to get my kids back on page with spending time with each other. And number four. Number four is going to be, am I on number four? No. Let's back up. I'm not on number four. I'm on number three. And that's friends and the lack thereof. So number three is going to be with my friends. I don't have a whole lot of friends. I have a lot of associates. Not even a lot of associates. I'm going to take that back. I don't have a lot of associates. I don't have a lot of friends. I actually have one best friend, and I tend to talk her ear off all the time about everything under the sun. That's what best friends do. That's what best friends are for. So, but I do, something that I've come to realize is that even though we're best friends, we are not always on the same page. We don't have the same thoughts. We're not into the same things. And I need people around me that are into some of the same things that I'm into. And right now I don't have that. So it's like sometimes when I talk to her, I don't feel like she's really interested in what I'm talking about, because, that's not something that she's into, or, So I want to find more friends that are into the things that I'm into, and, want to discuss the things that I'm into, because I feel like that'll help me, become better at doing what I'm trying to do, or whatever. Not that I'm trying to get rid of my best friend, because no, she's not going nowhere. But what I'm saying is I do need to mingle more and be more social and find people that are into the things that I'm into, so that when I have to talk about the things that I need to talk about, they understand where I'm coming from. We all want that. We all want understanding. And then I have these friends or associates to where, we are just gossip buddies. And that is something that I want to, get away from. The gossip, gossip has caused me a lot of problems, and that is something that I'm definitely trying to steer away from. I'm trying to get away from the gossip. Gossip is something that's negative. I don't want nobody gossiping about me. So of course I shouldn't be gossiping about nobody. And I know that it's, sometimes you just want that tea, even if you just listening. Sometimes sometimes I have gotten to the point to where really, I don't really just to say gossip, but I will listen to the tea. And, some days it makes your day. Like, hey, what happened? And especially when I'm sitting down with me a good glass of wine and, you know, I'm getting the tea, it's like, that's just fun. But at the end of the day, it's all negative, and I feel like I spend more time gossiping and listening to gossip than I need to. So that is something that I'm going to definitely try to steer away from in the future, is, you know, those old gossiping sessions, because at the end of the day, it's just negativity that actually can cause a lot of problems in your life that you don't want. And I don't need problems in my life with nobody. I don't want no problems with nobody. I just want peace in my life. I don't want no problems. I don't want none. I ain't trying to do that. So yeah, the gossiping sessions I'm definitely going to cut short and work on, because, you know, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. I'm 46 years old. 46, and I'm gonna have to start acting like it, whether I want to or not. And going forward, I don't want to be sitting up gossiping all the time about a whole bunch of nothing, because gossiping don't pay no bills. It don't. And number 4, dating. You know, I'm single, so a lot of the times I be bored. I be bored a lot. And so even when I am dating, I might not always be, you know, I'm out here dating, so I might go out with this guy, I might go out with that guy, you know, I might go out with the ex because I'm bored. You know, it is nothing that I'm trying to pursue. I'm not trying to pursue, you know, the ex or anything. It's just that I'm bored. But what I've noticed is when I'm dating an ex, the exes are exes for a reason. Let's just be real. I don't care how you cut it. Exes are exes for a reason. And some of the things that might have happened in the past, you will never forget. Never forget. And that's something that's always in the back of my head. Even though I have forgiven, I don't forget. Like, it's always something that's in the back of my head. And it's like, even when I'm around an ex, I can look at that person and that thought, you know, be there. Like, I remember, you know, he might, you know, do a certain look, and that makes me, you know, remember some not so good things. So I'm going to have to stop with the dating the exes, whether I'm bored or, you know, just need something to do. But I'm gonna have to leave an ex, because they trigger my insecurities. Because I feel like, why should I be spending my time going out with an ex, even if it is just as a friend and we just, you know, chilling or kicking it or whatever? Why should I spend my time with an ex when obviously I wasn't good enough for you to make the situation work? You know? So I feel like, you know, exes trigger my insecurities. Like, I don't need to be insecure about anything. You know, I'm a good woman. I know I'm a good woman. I ain't bad on the eyes either. So, if a situation didn't work out, I feel like at the end of the day, it was your fault. All my exes, it was your fault. I'm like, no, I had some growing to do as well. But still, they trigger my insecurities. You know, they take me back to a place that I never want to be. So I don't feel like dating them, whether it's just for fun or it's just to catch up, it's just to hang out, because I'm honestly not pursuing none of my exes. I have no desire to do that. So I just feel like I need to stop with that. That's not a good look. That's not a good look. And, you know, things will never be the same. Never. Things will never be the same. So pursuing exes is done. That's not going to be a part of my new journey. And last but not least, it's going to be number 5. I need to get me a routine. I need to start being consistent with everything that I'm doing. Everything that I sat here and talked about today, I need to figure out me a routine and become consistent with doing everything, because it's never going to work if I don't have a routine. Because, you know, like they say, if you don't plan, you plan to fail. you know, and that's not something that I plan on doing because, like I said, now that I'm getting older, I think about these things all the time. And one thing that I hate is to be talking about things over and over and over and don't have a solution for them, never fix them. That's something that I hate. Y'all listen, I have let friends go because they tend to talk about things and never have a solution for them. And I get tired of that. Like every year we're talking about the same thing over and over and over. There's never a solution. You never want to fix them. So I have, you know, let friends go or associates go because I get tired of that, you know. So one thing that I definitely want to work on is getting a routine, becoming more consistent with the things that I want to do, and just keeping with it, you guys. So that's pretty much all I had for today. I wanted to come on here and give you guys a little chit chat with some of the things that I have been thinking about to better myself. You know, like I said, I just feel like now that I'm older, I have to start thinking ahead. I can't just think of where I am right now, but I have to think about the future as well. And so that's what I've been doing. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will get back with you guys a little later. Bye-bye.